Tonight we are tracking the air quality in our area as the region is bracing for unhealthy, even hazardous levels from the wildfire smoke. What you need to know coming up.
Weather impact alert due to wildfire smoke and poor air quality. Expect hot and dry conditions to continue over the weekend with temperatures in the 90s into next week.
And we'll also have the latest on wildfires burning across the region, the latest details on evacuation orders and containment lines coming up. Well, it has become a recurring theme every summer. Smoke from wildfires blows into our region and parks over the inland northwest. Right now, we're looking at a time lapse of that smoke moving in over Lake Coeur d'Alene throughout the day. Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. We continue to keep track of the smoke and the air quality here in Spokane and the surrounding areas. And tonight we are bringing you team coverage. KREM 2's Michelle Boss, Emily Fox-Million, Connor McAvoy, and Christian Garza. We start tonight, though, with a look at the forecast. Let's get right to meteorologist Michelle Boss for more on what we can expect in the hours and days to come. Michelle.
Yeah, we're looking at more concerns with air quality, which is, of course, a continually evolving situation depending on the activity of wildfires, the wind direction, temperatures, the humidity, things like that. But for most of the day today, we've been dealing with very unhealthy to even pockets of hazardous air quality in the Spokane area, and kind of looking at how that has spread out across the inland northwest. Of course, the areas in those darker colors, especially in the purples, indicating very unhealthy, again, with pockets of hazardous air quality. Green indicates good air quality, which unfortunately you'd have to pretty much go to the west side or get into Montana to see currently. We are under weather impact alert because air quality is going to be an issue for at least the first half of the weekend, but we're still looking at areas of elevated fire danger, generally in the Okanagan Valley, out towards Wenatchee, the Waterville Plateau. No more thunderstorm threat in the region, but still very low relative humidity and some gusty winds out in that area could spread any new wildfires, even any ongoing wildfires could spread rapidly under those conditions. And it is hot out there. The smoke, I think, held our temperatures down a couple degrees, but we're still looking at upper 80s here and across North Idaho, lower 90s across central Washington. Not a whole lot of wind at the surface, but then, of course, that doesn't help with the smoke that's kind of settling into the region. Red flag warnings will continue until 9 o'clock for those areas shaded in pink out across portions of central Washington. And then an air quality alert continues through at least Sunday morning, anticipating a wind shift will bring some improving conditions by Sunday afternoon. But otherwise, clear skies, sunshine for the weekend. Temperatures are going to continue to be above average, starting off in the low 60s tomorrow, heading into the upper 80s for Saturday and Sunday, and anticipating 90s for next week.
All right, sounds good, Michelle. Check back in with you later in the show tonight. Well, we are seeing all that smoke, and you're probably wondering where it's all coming from. So KREM 2's Connor McAvoy spoke with the experts to find out more.
Smoke-filled skies are greeting many people across the inland northwest today as firefighters battle multiple lightning-caused wildfires burning across eastern Washington. Officials say the fires grew rapidly over the last 2 days, fueled by thunderstorms, strong winds, and dry conditions. The haze hanging over Spokane isn't just coming from one fire. After dry thunderstorms swept across Washington, Oregon, and Idaho, lightning sparked dozens of new wildfires. Now smoke from those fires is being pushed into the inland northwest.
The Lyons Ferry fire, which is now over 25,000 acres over southeast Washington, the winds have been directing that smoke directly into the Spokane area. However, there are a lot of other wildfires burning, especially across Oregon, that's also sending smoke up this way.
Fire officials say the largest incident in Washington is the Lyons Ferry fire, where that and other fires have burned more than 38,000 acres across Franklin and Whitman counties. The Lyons Ferry fire, Devil's Canyon fire, Wallace Walker fire, and the Neff Jones fire were ignited by a series of lightning strikes, according to officials. The fires are prompting evacuations, highway closures, and a large response from local, state, federal, and tribal crews.
We have had a very active 48 hours as far as wildfire in the state of Washington. Our crews have responded to multiple starts, and there are multiple large, costly fires that have now developed on the landscape.
The same weather system that produced the lightning has moved out, but firefighters aren't in the clear. Ryan Roderick with the Washington Department of Natural Resources says crews are continuing to search for new lightning-caused fires that may not become visible until days after the storms pass.
Sometimes with lightning started fires, especially in the forest, if some rain initially falls, there won't be, the fire won't really get going for a day or two after the thunderstorms move through. So we'll definitely be watching the conditions closely over the weekend.
Jeremy Wolf with the National Weather Service of Spokane says a shift in winds this weekend could help improve air quality in Spokane, but that depends on where any new fires develop.
Over the weekend, we are looking at a bit of a wind shift more out of the west, which could help suppress some of that Oregon smoke from coming up this way. But, there's also new fires that can develop to our west or northwest that could send smoke towards the Spokane area.
Right now, the fires are 0% contained and evacuation shelters are in place for those needing to do so. You can find that information on our website. That's KREM.com. Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.
Firefighters are also battling several other big fires across the Northwest that are forcing evacuations. One of the biggest fires is burning in Okanogan County just south of Nespelem. The Kaiser Canyon fire has burned more than 2,100 acres and forced level 3 go now evacuations. So here's a look at where those evacuations are. The areas in red are at the highest evacuation level. People there need to leave now if they haven't done so already. The areas in yellow are under level 2 get set evacuations. The Omak Longhouse is open for people who need a place to go. Officials are asking residents to conserve water, they say, due to power outages in the area. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. Meantime, in North Idaho, the Turner Fire has forced evacuations north of Bonners Ferry. More than 100 homes are under level 3 go now evacuation orders. Many more could be told to go if conditions get worse. The Boundary County Sheriff's Office estimates that fire has burned about 593 acres. Well, the smoke is impossible to miss today, but experts say the biggest concern is what it's doing to your health. Emily Fox-Millian explains what symptoms to watch out for and how to protect yourself.
If you've been outside at all today, you've probably seen the smoke. Doctors say that what you're breathing can irritate your lungs within minutes, and at today's air quality levels, that can affect even the healthiest of people. Those tiny particles in wildfire smoke are small enough to travel deep into your lungs and can even enter your bloodstream. That's why doctors say children, older adults, pregnant women, and people with asthma, COPD, or heart disease should avoid spending time outside whenever possible today.
A day like today, we see certain areas of Spokane are in the most hazardous range, and so even the healthiest people, if they spend enough time in this type of air, are going to have symptoms which could include cough, runny nose. They might notice that they have more phlegm production, burning eyes, red eyes, headache even. It can make you feel pretty miserable.
If you have to be outdoors, experts recommend wearing a well-fitting N95 or KN95 mask, avoiding strenuous activity, and checking the air quality index throughout the day because conditions can change quickly. And while coughing or irritated eyes are common, doctors say things like chest pain, severe shortness of breath, or feeling lightheaded are signs you should seek medical care. Experts also recommend keeping your doors and windows closed, changing those dirty air filters if needed, and staying hydrated. In Spokane, Emily Fox-Millian, KREM 2 News.
Coming up, although the air quality is at the hazardous levels at times today, that did not stop people from enjoying their Friday. After the break, we'll hear about what business owners are noticing today.